Dum-dum. Yes. Let's see. Are we live, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see if the chat is awake. Let's give it some time. See what's popping. Dun, 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 dun. Is it working, my friends? 1 second. I think it is. Why is it not working? The chat, what's going on? Yeah, I think we're good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 20. Today's episode 20. Congratulations that you were able to stick with this this Dutch guy. All right, this Dutch Italian guy. Hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back. Episode 20. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting back up again. Good to see you all. Hope we are doing well here today. We're going to talk about our favorite Goldie. And we have an extremely important closure right now on the 4 hour. On the footprint chart, I have to talk about this, guys. Look at this closure. Boom. We're going to talk about this right now. This is still that resistance from yesterday. We were not able to break it. Look at where we closed this candle right now. We just opened that new candle. It's going to be super interesting right now here. So this is going to be hopefully a good session. I have a good feeling about the session so far. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well here. Let me see what we have in the chat before we continue the party. You guys know I'm going to bring the vibes with you guys today here. You guys are already asking for the music. I understand why you are here. You don't care about gold. You don't care about me. You don't care about my book. You don't care about anything. And I completely get it. I mean, the music is, of course, where it's at. So, you know what? Let's just get the party started. Let me not hold you up any longer because I think that is just, the most important. Okay. Sorry for the wait. Good to see you all. No spamming in the chat. Guys, we have to get straight to work here. We have some important business to discuss. Gold is in the previous daily point of control right now. We're seeing some resistance happening up here. Oil looks pretty freaking strong to me. Okay, we closed below that level. I need to get short right now. I need to give it a try. All right, let me just at least give it a shot here. Aggressive, I know. I want to see what happens here. If he can tank down right now at this current moment here. Not going to waste your time here. I have a lot of things to cover. I want to quickly give this a shot. Okay, just so you understand the situation here. Shorting Goldie. We'll go over the full breakdown and analysis here right now. I'm going to give it a try. Let's see how it goes here. I might even skate in a little bit higher here, but I'll tell you why. We have the 4-hour closure right now in our box, in our zone here right now at this current moment. I think this is a very important zone right now, the way we close this. And we might find some resistance here with a strong oil as well. Yeah, there are a lot of things that we have to talk about. Let's put the music down a little bit here. I'm going to do my full breakdown. Let's see where we're at and if we can actually break down a little bit right now and see where we go. Or if we start the stream with a banger. Let's give it a try here. I'm willing to set in actually another contract a bit higher. I'm a bit aggressive today and I'll tell you why in a second. But yeah, let's see if it's going to pay off in the end here. Let me see what we have in the chat right now at the moment here. Let me give it a shot. Good to see you. Tommy, good to see you. Pecky, good to see you. Luke, amazing to see you, my friend. Shipley, good to see you as well here. Trump Iran, a whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but I probably will. Truth Social. Is it again what he said indeed? All right, that's some serious shit then. Absolutely here. Kiwi, good to see you, my friend. Shamara, welcome to the stream. John, as always, my legend, welcome back. Yesterday we longed or we shorted? Sorry, what did we do yesterday? I completely forgot it. Sorry, I shorted gold yesterday, right? Yeah, sorry. I know what happened yesterday. Yesterday I shorted gold indeed. Okay. Today I'm actually looking for something similar right now at the moment. I'm looking to see if we can get back to these lows again. This is what I want to see right now. I want to see if we can get back to these lows. This is indeed where we were yesterday, right? We shorted gold. At least I shorted gold right there from the top with pretty good confirmations overall. Today, I'm going to actually look for something similar right now. Let's see if we can actually break down here at this current moment. And if you can actually get some follow through here. It has to do with the 4-hour closure right now around this footprint chart. This is that resistance, guys, that we just simply couldn't freaking close above. And I said if we do close above a 4-hour candle, this will be bullish for gold. And then we could actually start looking to take out the previous weekly highs, right? We could look for that continuation towards the upside right there for gold. But right now we are unable to do so. And it seems that every time when we reach that higher time frame resistance here, sellers step in, okay? Sellers are trying to get back into the market right here. So I'm kind of trying to see what can happen around here. And if there's a chance that we can actually break down. At the same time, oil is looking pretty strong right now. Look at oil right here at the moment, right? Oil is pushing up quite high. The 10-year yield is breaking higher, okay? The bond market is coming down, which is actually bearish for gold as well. The euro is probably in resistance. Yeah, the euro is in resistance here. We have not broken down though yet, so we don't know yet if this will be a good... if this will play out here on Goldie. But I'm willing to give this a shot right now to see if there is a chance that we could actually follow through. Because of the rejection at the previous daily point of control, right? Yesterday, we closed, we're actually traded the most volume at the 89s or the 90. And we actually, saw a pretty strong rejection there right now at the moment. And we're kind of trending down internally. So I'm trying to see if we could take this to the lows. I hope actually to see if we could break down here, come back and see from there. So let's give it a shot, man. Let's see where it goes. And actually, if we could actually smash through the bottoms here and, break further down. I'm going to give it a bit of time. I'm going to let my trade develop a little bit as well here. And see if this follow through can actually be there. If this is a nice pullback. And hopefully we actually see this rejection here right now. And we can actually get down towards at least the 45s. Yeah, the 45s, right? Something like that is what I was thinking about. The 45s or the 50s, which is actually the bottom again of that initial range here. Okay. I wanted to give you guys a full breakdown. I'm going to go to the higher time frame as well. You look at the daily time frame as well. I was looking at the daily. I'm like, man, we're still in that resistance, right? On the daily time frame as well. We have the daily resistance right here. Okay. This is a daily level. We can see this rejection here, the rejection there. We can see the rejection there, and again, the rejection there, okay? I know we have news, so this is the risky trade here. So if you don't like to trade news here, then don't trade at all, right? Don't take this trade, okay? So I'm not encouraging you to do whatever I do. I'm just saying that I'm going to do this right now, and it will pay off or it will not pay off. But we'll see, okay? We have news in a couple of minutes. What, 17 minutes or something? What else do we have? That's it, right? I think we have the durable goods orders right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it here. Any crazy stuff from Trump? Well, you know, Trump is on a rampage right now. So we all know that Trump can do what Trump does best. And that is, you know, mess up our situation. But we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes here. Okay. Shout out to the Netherlands. Natuurlijk. Dat doen wij wel eventjes. Voor mijn original country. Yes, sir. Rocket, please make trades on gold clear as well here. Well, I just said what I did here. Okay. Watching from India. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, my friend. If you guys like this channel here and you have downloaded the book already, right? I'm going to send you a couple of cool emails today, later on. I'm going to send you some information from the book as well here. Page number 222 is a very important page to read. It's all about the volume profile, right? We are currently getting rejected from the previous daily, okay, POC here, all right? The area where yesterday the most volume was traded. So if you, for example, look here right now at the volume profile, the fixed range volume profile right here, and we mark it over yesterday. So we take this from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. New York time. We get our red line, okay? And our red line is the area where yesterday the most volume was traded. And we close below that. You can actually see how this right now was acting as resistance here in the short term. So let's see if price can drop. Let's see if we can get that follow through. And if we come up higher, yeah, I need to know where I put my stop loss here. Let me actually see where I'm going to put my stop loss. 1700, 4703. I think something like that. 4703. Yeah, a little bit higher. All right. But yeah, anyways, we'll see how it goes. Okay. I've tried downloading the book, but the website seems down. Is there a new link? I think the website is not down, my friend. The website is up. All right. The link is in the description here. Okay. You can actually go here at ebook or hashtag !ebook. And then you can click on the link, or you can click on the link in the description right here, and then we go from there. Okay, we actually go from there. All right, that is the whole plan. Welcome back. Yeah, usually I have a massive analysis for you guys here today. You know, we're getting straight into it because yeah, sometimes I see something and I don't have time to do the massive analysis here. But yeah, anyways, I'm willing to still do this, of course, along the way here. Let's just see how this goes. And yeah, then I'll reevaluate if needed. But like daily resistance right now, the 4-hour closure on the footprint chart for me, very, very important right now as well here. We will find some serious resistance in this area. The question is, are we gonna potentially react from news, right? Is this gonna be potential support right now? Is this the bottom in the short term? If so, that would be nasty. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes over time. What is your POY for today? Your point of interest? I have a couple levels in mind more. This is higher in that range as well here. So if I'm wrong here, I'm gonna try again later on. Okay. Main thing is that 4-hour range, we couldn't really break it, right? We couldn't really break that yesterday. And today, again, we are getting rejected at it as well here. So that range right there. And we're constantly getting rejected at this area, right around here, okay? And this is something right now that is starting to become very important. Because if we can close a candle above this, yeah, I do believe that this is a catalyst, okay? For price to potentially then, in that case, yeah, push higher and continue to take us higher to the previous weekly high right here, okay? But that is a level that I will then take in consideration as an invalidation, right? So if I'm short right now and we break out, then I will be invalidated And yeah, I will look for the opposite side of the market right here and look for longs. And I look to potentially take out, yeah, some of these highs right there, pretty much. But that's not something for now. Okay, that's not something I'm interested in at this current moment, at least. Okay. I want to hold it. I want to make sure the dollar holds above this level right here as well. That we bounce here. We found that support. I want to stay above this. If you learn to correct till, you just hear for Lorenzo, big guys, give all need to be better and be profitable. I'm doing my best, man, every day, right? I'm trying to do my best every day. That's all I can do, right? That is all I can do. I do my best, and yeah. Sometimes we get straight to work. And we'll get right into the action here. Stefani says, I'm going to be reading all day. Yesterday took me out. Yeah, yesterday was a messy session. Yesterday we shorted gold from the previous daily very highs at the time. So yeah, hopefully we see something similar today. We'll stay reactive here. Looks pretty strong, you could say, right now at the moment. But I know what kind of resistance we're in right now at the moment. So I will take this in account. And we also have one more level here, which is this level at the 95s, right? The 95s right here is an hourly resistance. And that hourly resistance is also another layer that I'm going to be looking at as well. And yeah, just give it some time to develop today. That's it. Let's see. Today I saw a 150 pip candle on the 1 minute time frame in the London session. Holy moly. Yes. I think I think someone that I know caught this exact move right there. Was it during London session? Is it this one? No, which one is it? Which one is it? Right there. Which one is it? What time was that? Let me know. Let me know. Yeah, so we have to look at the market right now very, very clearly, man. The dollar is... everything is in a range right now, right? So we have to take this in consideration. It will be another balanced trading session. Okay, gold has been doing what gold does best here. A lot of balanced trading session right now during the New York. Okay, that means that we have not broken out of the daily high, the daily lows. We're trending. We're not trending. We're in a range. Okay, so there are some things that I'm looking at right now. So I'm just looking at a couple of very important levels, and I hope gold can actually stay below this. Otherwise, I have to cut it and look for a new entry later. Because yeah, that's just what it is. Late London, I also caught that. All right, nice. Man, you guys killed it today during the London session then. When was that? Was it a short? Yeah, I'm sure it was this one then. Was it this one? Yeah, I think so. Come on, Goldie. Show me that you get some sellers stepping in here. Let's go to the hourly here. Not the 15-minute. Let's go to the hourly. I'm gonna put one more limit order actually to 95. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to see how price reacts here. 95s, 95s, 95s. Okay. All right, this looks pretty solid to me now. This is why I love to go in with low risk and then scale in if I see something happening here. That's a good part. I like to do that now in these market conditions. See how price develops. But this is not looking clean right now at the moment. But I keep a close eye on this 4 hour. I'm in a long. All right. Well, then you should be in profit right now. Where is your stop loss? I don't have a stop loss right now at the moment here. I'm seeing how price develops at the moment. I'm actively managing this right now, okay? It's not always a standard, right? That I mean, obviously stop loss is important, don't get me wrong. But with lower risk, I can handle kind of the trade itself here. I really want to see how price develops around here right now, okay? Because I'm not fully convinced yet that this is just going to go, to be honest with you. That's my personal opinion. Otherwise, I would have already closed my trade earlier. Just going to give it an observation here. This could have potentially get a better entry, to be honest. Now I'm looking at it. Lorenzo, look at the last week zone to last Friday. If you use the fixed range profile, there's strong support. Am I correct? Well, right now, look at yesterday's range. This is the most important range to me at the moment. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to sell and sell, set another limit order right there. I'm going to do this higher. Give me 1 second. Back at the highs again. And I'm going to wait to see how this develops here. If it really closes strong, I might have to cut the trade, to be honest, guys. And then wait later again. This doesn't look really nice right now. But we are in that hourly zone, so this is going to be the most important. Most important. But I'm currently in a... I had a very good confirmation. This is why I didn't want to waste time here. So I just followed the exact process. So let's see what happens here. What about the news? Yeah, the news is coming also very, very soon. In 5 minutes from now. But I'm not really worried about the news, to be honest. I don't really think that the news is, you know, the utter most important thing for me right now at the moment, to be honest. The news. The news is not really something that that I care about too much. Okay. Yeah, this is. I could have definitely got a better entry here. Could have definitely entered here. Xavier says, I think in New York might be in bullish session, possible target above the 4-hour Fibonacci gap, then bearish overall. Okay. Yeah, the thing about New York right now to me, bro, is we know how New York has been behaving, right? Prices all over the place right here. We're in a range. That 4-hour candle, I just think that we're creating the top wick of this right now. So for me, I'm observing how price responds around here, okay? Because we saw a large candle here, and this is what I was looking at, right? We closed below these sellers in a zone where many sellers already stepped in earlier. So you can see where these sellers are coming from. I just think that I could have gotten a cleaner entry. But I'm not necessarily that strongly bullish biased at this current moment, to be honest. That's my personal opinion. I'm not really strongly bullish biased. I will be bullish biased if we either are all the way down here, this zone, and we stay within the range and we formulate that support, or we break out of this range. Then I truly believe we can absolutely break out and much, much higher. But in the range itself, not really feeling it yet. All right, the hourly here. This is what I mean. This hourly zone right now is super key here, right? You see that box? This is why we're reacting here. It's a very important moment. Very important moment. You don't think it was better to wait to see the news reaction and then short if that was the case? Like I said before, I'm not really worried about the news too much. I actually don't really care about the news here. Where would I close it? I might close it above the 02 here. If you can get and re-break the highs, I might just cut it and then look for a short again later. I will be looking for something like this. That's the idea, okay? And I will probably go a bit higher in risk, actually, not in two contracts, but probably in like 3 or 4. Actually gonna do this right now. Around the 20, and I can always move it. But I have another short right there. Was it the 20? Yeah, the 20. Actually, yeah, okay, the 20s. Jalen says, nice and warm here in the UK today. Very nice, my friend. Welcome to the streams. Where are you guys from? Let me know. We're still chilling here in Bali at the moment. I mean, I've been here for a while, but I'm liking to be here, observing the world from a small little island in the middle of nowhere. Being with you guys, trading every day. There's nothing better than that, in my opinion. Okay. Yeah, dollar is still looking pretty. It's not looking that strong right now at the moment, here, to be honest. If I look at the dollar, it's slowing down. The euro will face resistance. It's already getting rejected there. So the euro is also important. Dun, dun, dun. Lorenzo, is it a good idea to buy at 4533 if gold goes down? 4533 below the lows here. I would always be looking to buy in a range, you know, at the lows, if that's the case. Because a lot of people are expecting breakouts. I don't really expect breakouts until the breakout is actually there. I'm also not scared to lose a trade if I know we're at the top or bottom of a range, really. Because if we then break out, let's say, right, I have the confirmation, I just flip my bias. With a good closure, with a good confirmation, I just flip my bias, right? So I don't really mind trading, let's say, the tops and bottoms of ranges, right? As long as the range is there, the range is there. And, you know, a lot of people think every time when they enter, like, oh, this time it's going to break out. This time it's going to break out. And then it doesn't break out. And then what we do, right? You get faked out again, etc., etc. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep trading the range until I'm wrong. Just to invalidate me, I accept the loss and move on, right? And we go from there. And I get into a new trade. So I like range trading as long as it's yeah, not around like crazy volume or something like that, actually. Yeah, we're slowing down a little bit. It's holding up right now pretty well, to be honest. I don't really want to see it breaking above the 4700. That's why I would probably close it and just wait for a new entry, if that's the case. Again, much love for the support here, guys. We have been really crushing it. This is episode 20 already, man. Time really flies with you guys. It really does fly. Cannot neglect this. It really does fly with you guys here. It's unbelievable. 20 episodes in already. It feels like yesterday. So I really appreciate this. If you like the free education and stuff, you like my book. Have you guys read my book already? If you guys have read my book here, or partially, then I'm very grateful for that as well here, because I know, you know, I love people just reading, you know, and taking their time to read it. It's just, it's a great feeling. All right, that's what I wanted to see, actually. But, you know, I'm just in not the best entry right now. But that's what I wanted to see from this hourly candle here. I wanted to see that rejection here. To be honest. Just have to have not the best entry. But that's what I wanted to see, that reaction right there. At this resistance here. In case you guys don't know me, my name is Lorenzo Corrado. I'm the author of the LTA Concepts Trading Warm-Up. It took me around, with my team, around, 8 or 9 months to create this book. Written from the top down. No, sorry, from the bottom up. And it's a free book. And I, you know, the reason why, I mean, the information is out there already, right? Why should I sell it? Doesn't make any sense. It's something that I like to utilize. And I love that I can use this on the streams. And that you guys can use it. And we can talk about it. It's an amazing add-on. Written from the top down. That's a sick punchline, by the way. Anyways, that sounds pretty sick. Okay. Let's at least drop. Let's see if we can get there. Oh, dollar is still struggling. Yeah, dollar is still struggling. Oil has found new support a bit. Already at this level here. Oh. Yeah, it seems that oil is the big driver here. I really think that oil is the big driver. Great book. Love it. Thank you, man. What is Trump up to? Yeah, let me actually see if this is correct here. Let me look at Truth Social right now here. Let me actually analyze this stuff, because is this really like you're gotta be kidding me, right? What? You got what? Yo, what the fuck? Bro. Trump says on Truth Social, it's confirmed. He said this, he tweeted this. A whole civilization will die tonight. Never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will. However, now that we have a complete and total regime change, we're different. Smarter and less radicalized minds prevail. Maybe something revolutionary, wonderful can happen. Who knows? We'll find out tonight. One of the most important moments in the long and complex history of the world. 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death will finally end. God bless the great people of Iran. This is what we're trading, guys. This is what we are trading every single day. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. This is crazy. I mean, that last thing was already crazy, but now, like, he's doubling down here, man. He's doubling down. He is doubling down. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. There is like a shift happening, man. There is a real shift happening. Because I remember at the beginning, it was all about peace. It was all about peace. Peace in every country in the world. Making peace deals everywhere. Wow. It's getting wild, man. It's getting absolutely wild here. Okay, let's put it up. Let's see where we are. Yeah, so we have that resistance now. Like I said, I didn't get the best entry in my opinion. Could have actually entered right in that resistance here at the 95s. It's pretty obvious if you look at it right there. But yeah, let's see how it develops. We have that 4-hour resistance too. We know that we're in that 4-hour resistance right now at the moment. So I'm just gonna give it time. I have another sell limit higher, but if I'm wrong here, I have to close it. If this re-breaks, I will close it and see if I can get in later again. All right. The dollar is still weaker. It's still dropping now. That's why. But oil is holding up really strong. It's doing its best to hold up at least. Okay, so this would be 500 bucks. Not that, it's not a big deal. In the worst case scenario. Let me actually... Will Trump nuke Iran? I have no idea, my friend. I have no idea, man. I have no idea. There is one thing for certain. Oil is extremely sensitive and it looks strong. On the higher time frame, oil looks freaking strong. That's all I can say right now. Oil looks strong on the higher time frame. Like I can't control anything else besides the charts, right? That's it. Just learning here, isn't it better to close off the trade and wait for the next move? Actually, the hourly resistance here, all right, is what I'm holding on to pretty much, right? You can see that rejection here. I've marked out that zone before. We are also in a higher time frame resistance as well right now. It's just the dollar needs to chill. The dollar needs to chill. That's it. The dollar needs to find support here. I will have an invalidation point where I'm like, okay, fuck it. If that's the case and we break above this hourly, sorry for my words here, but then I'm just done, right? Then I get out and I look for a re-entry higher. Yeah. So yeah, I'll keep a close eye on this. Just manage it. Short oil today. We're focusing on gold, my boy. We're focusing on Goldie. I've been making a lot of money on Goldie. Okay, so I'm just gonna stick with what I trust, what I know, and what I'm mastering. Okay, following my process. I think that's what I want to do. Hope that makes sense, my friend. The reason why is just because I believe that in market conditions like these, I think it's very important to isolate and to just master an asset, an instrument, and just focus on it. Really learn that instrument really well. Okay. And it also counts for drawdown, right? How to manage it when you're wrong, how to manage your risk, how much to risk. All these things are part of it. But mastering like one asset right now is something that I prefer at the moment. Okay. I look at the New York, at the Nasdaq Open, etc. But Goldie is definitely what I'm trying to just learn, get better at every day. And of course, master here. What do we call the other chart you are using? This is the footprint chart, okay? This is where I talked about this resistance right here. Right there, okay? I don't want to break above this, by the way. I don't want to break above that. Lorenzo, we have watched 3 times Titanic in a week. Not really, man. I've been winning. No need to watch the Titanic for me. That's only when I lose a trade. No, sorry. When I end the day in a loss. I should phrase this better. When I end the day in a loss, I have to watch the Titanic with my girlfriend. Yes, sir. Yeah, the footprint is super helpful right now. Super helpful here. Algo Q no entiendo. Just subscribe. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And I appreciate you. Welcome. And I hope you have a good day today. Are some of you guys at work right now? Let me know. Are some of you guys at work? Working? While listening? While looking sneak peek in the charts? Yeah, yes, no, yes, no. Sellers are coming in here. Sellers are coming in here. I just don't have the best entry right now at the moment. That is a fact. You know what? I'm going to add on a contract right now. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. And I'm going to put my stop loss now very, very clear. So this is going to be a very clear stop for me. I don't want to break above these highs here. Yeah, I don't want to break here. Right there. Was it above this one? Yeah, right there. And obviously I'll target this area. Yeah, I actually added a contract. Just so you know, but I have my stop loss now sitting at the 4,701. Okay. I'm seeing the 4-hour develop here, guys. I trust the process here. And yes, I didn't got the best entry, but my risk to reward ratio is good enough and my risk is not outrageous. So it's extremely doable for me to manage this trade this way. Okay. So this is something that I personally like to do here. And not be stressed out for no reason. And now I have a clear stop set here. And if I'm wrong, right, I will still look for shorts again higher. At the top of the range. So hopefully we can follow through right now. That would be really nice. That would be actually really good. And like spike through, like boom. Give us that volume, that like massive like push. And let's break that 79 level. Let's freaking break it. Come on, boy. I know the 4-hour resistance. I know that. I know these stacked orders there. I want to see that rejection there. I know how important it is. The hourly clearly was the best. The hourly top wick was clearly the best entry there. That's for sure. Yeah. It's a buy, sell, not now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, listen, man. I respect also the way you trade, right? We all can have different ways of trading. And, you know, you might be right. That's why I never say, listen, don't trade what I do. Don't trade what I trade. Unless you believe in it. I'm here to give you some proper, hopefully education as well for free here on this channel. Have some good times with you guys. Enjoy. Okay, at least we're in profit. At least we're green. That's a start. And I added a contract, so it better drop. It better does drop now. But now it has to go then. Now it has to freaking go, right? Come on, dollar. Find support here. Find that support. Do what oil does. Do what oil does. Follow up with this. And actually break down now. Come on. Come on. Get at least to the 53 soon. We literally have that support where I bought. Happy Easter, man. Yeah, I hope you had a good weekend. We're ready to rock and roll. Yesterday was already a stream that I wanted to stream, even though yesterday was pretty low volume. Still managed to get a trade. So yeah. Can you show spot as well? Spot, yeah. I mean, it's at the 52s right now, right? Like, I want to get to the lows here. That's what my plan was. Get to these freaking lows. The lows of the range, at least, right? That's something that I'm interested in right now. Best entry? No, that's for sure not. But yeah, the best entry was up there, clearly. But yeah, come on, man. Give us that that sweeper. At least down there. Come on. You can do it. I know you can. I know you can. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see where this 5 minute closes. I'm gonna now manage it tightly because I could have got a much better entry. But now it has to go, man. Now it has to go. Let's see how we manage this. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Yeah, we did even add on an extra contract in drawdown. Actually, if the buy stop is in the highs, 1 hour candles increase. If it lose or win, it's a good risk management anyways. Yeah, thank you, man. I agree with that. I think if it gets there, we go higher. And this is always the way I think. I'm like, okay, if it gets there, it's probably going to go higher. So why would I put my stop loss higher if I think that I'm wrong already, right? If my bias is invalidated, I'm invalidated. Okay, and now we're seeing the sellers are coming. Buyers are trying, but they're failing, right? Buyers are trying here, but they're failing. On the 4 hour, you see this resistance now? Why it now suddenly makes sense? You have that box. And now we flipped in, we created the top wick. And now we're actually breaking down. We have actually a closure below as well. And trading session wise, yeah, the Asian area, right? The Asian lows. The Asian lows. Come on, let's see if we can now follow through here. If we can close this 15-minute candle below the VWAP, that's very good. That would be very nice, by the way, if that can actually happen. This is the VWAP, the blue line. We closed below it already. So we have the entry right at it. And if we close below it and we pull back, right? That is a start. That is a start. That closure is going to be so important though on the 50-minute. Amigo, can you explain how you read the actual charts? Yes, we do this already for the past weeks, right? We've been doing this every day on the streams, explaining exactly how we look at the actual orders in the market. Okay, so it's definitely something that I have been talking about a lot, and I will do this. I will continue to talk about this. This is part of our system here, our hybrid trading system, our gold hybrid trading system. You need some tools for that. You need some indicators for that, but it has been proven to be very, very effective and very profitable. But you need to be consistent. And yes, you're gonna lose trades, right? Obviously, but that's not the point. Because you're gonna win too. Lorenzo, I'm buying gold at the 4533 on gold spot. Good idea. That's indeed the lows, right? Where is this? Yeah, the lows, yeah. That's exactly where I'm thinking about exiting the short. At least that was the idea. Somewhere around there, maybe slightly higher, yeah. It's important that this 15-minute close is relatively weak. Not a big fan of this again. Unless you closed it already. That's on you then. That will be... But we're at the VWAP. We are at the VWAP. Why did I mark out? Oh, that was from way back. Come on, don't do it to us now. Don't flip here. Yeah, this is why having good entries is so important right now, right? I could have entered right here, actually. And I actually can acknowledge that I could have entered right here in this zone. I could have a much better entry. I could have a much better entry. Yeah, to me the stop loss now is pretty clear. It's not crazy risk, but I like still, I like to see how this 50-minute candle closes. That's for me a must right now. I want to see how this closes. Yes. In the VWAP, baby. I'm building one more. Entries and timing is everything in this game. Completely agree. I have to acknowledge this. I think it was a bit more, it was a bit rushed. A little bit. Even though I looked at the 4 hour, I was like, yeah, this makes sense. This makes actually a lot of sense. But then I went to the 1 hour and I'm like, no, if I could have fine-tuned my entry much better there on the 1 hour time frame. It was actually much clearer. But regardless, we're in now. And my target is also pretty clear. So let's see what happens, man. The dollar is still getting suppressed. This is why gold is not tanking. It's the dollar not willing to push higher now. I know gold wants to, because it is in resistance from all angles. There are a lot of sellers active. It's just the dollar doesn't want to move. The dollar wants to bounce. It's just holding at support, but it's not breaking. That's not what you want to see, actually. You want to see the dollar pushing up higher, right? Clearly. At the same time, oil is holding up better than the dollar, which we know is important for gold too now. The oil price, the oil chart, very important. Hey mate, do you still trade FX pairs? At this moment in my, you could say, trading career, I decided to isolate myself and focus on one asset. But obviously, I'm interested in currencies all the time. I still do all my analysis on currencies. I look at currencies. I'm a big fan, right? A big fan. I'm very passionate about the markets. I'm very passionate about the macro economy and stuff. So I learned a lot about the markets here. Whoa, where did that volume came from? What happened? What is this?
Ready for this?
That was a huge spike. That was a huge spike. Where did that came from? Look at the dollar as well. Look at that wick. Immediately getting bought up again, but like, wow. Something happened there. Something happened there. Big Mills is probably Trump? I don't know, man. I don't think so. But it was a big push. That was a big push for sure. Okay. Also, the daily is in resistance right now. Do take that in consideration here. This is the daily resistance on gold. We are also in daily resistance. But yeah, you guys already saw that on the chart, right? On the higher time frame. This is the daily resistance here. We've been holding up in that resistance right now. Yesterday, we couldn't break above it. So when you see that 4 hour rejection, right? In that smaller range on the 4 hour, it's actually the daily resistance right now. We can't seem to break above this 4705 level. We can't seem to break above it. Yeah, wow, this close is going to be so important, man. This hourly closure. Let's see where this hourly candle closes now in 3 minutes. Wow, look at that wick. Yo, are you Dutch? Yes, I think my accent is pretty clear right now. I think a lot of you guys are guessing it. But I'm not fully Dutch, okay? They call me a bastard in my country. If you know what that means. I'm like half accepted there. All right, 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Are you Scandinavian? No, I'm not Scandinavian. Don't say that again, by the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Dutch people don't like that. Yes, Dutch Italian indeed. How long have you been trading? I've been trading for over or almost a decade, but I started actually in crypto. That was my first exposure. Like everyone else starts in crypto. And then I started to learn more about the actual markets. And I'm like, whoa, the actual markets are much more interesting than the crypto markets. Right? The actual utility behind markets and why the markets really move. I was like, man, that's much more interesting. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to focus on that. And I've been focused on that ever since. Yes. Okay. That overall hourly closure is in like 20 seconds. This is a very important closure again. Look at this candle now in the last 5 minutes here. We close in 10 seconds. I hope we close below it. We close this candle bearish. In 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Close. Okay. 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 So the hourly candle right here, you can see that buyers are trying to get in, but the candle closed bearish. That's actually very interesting. Why is this important? The hourly candle closed bearish, okay? But there are more buyers than sellers in this candle. So there were more aggressive buyers than sellers in this hourly candle. That's interesting, right? So more people press market buy to buy gold, but the candle itself closed red below it. Right? So that means there is a seller active here. There is a passive seller active, or there are more passive sellers active. More people are selling limit than people buying market. Okay. And this is actually what we want. This is actually what we want when being in resistance right now. This is actually what we want to see. Okay, we want to see something like that. And this is why I'm always saying over and over again in my framework, when bullish, bearish is or bias is clear, wait for the 4-hour and the 1-hour candle closure. So I entered on the 4-hour closure, and now we have the 1-hour closure, which is kind of another confirmation. So another reason for me to not, sorry to say this, exit to trade and just sit it out and see where it takes us. All right. Gonna sweep the A's and lows, question mark. Amber says, gonna sweep the A's and lows. Okay, now let's hope so. And otherwise, I have still a sell limit higher. But obviously, I think I do want to trade it towards these lows as well. Yeah, I agree. I agree, my friends. I agree. In the range, I can already see in the chat as well all the time. When we're in a range like this, it's so 50-50 in the sentiment as well in the chat. A lot of people are buying, a lot of people are selling. I kind of like that. I like to hear these different perspectives. Yeah, well, the 15-minute close below the VWAP. Okay, I do want to make sure that this is clear. We are getting rejected now at the VWAP. So we did close below that. Right below it, though. And this is how this new candle opened now with the VWAP closure below, which is the first closure actually after we broke above it. And we closed back below it. So yeah, that's kind of what we're seeing now. But we don't really see the follow through, right? That's true. We don't really see any follow through at all. What's wrong with Scandinavians? No, there's nothing wrong with Scandinavians, man. I love Scandinavians. But it's like calling a Dutch guy a German guy. It's the same thing. And we're back again. Wow. Why can a New York session just not be like clean, guys? Come on. Where was the last time where it was just clean? Why is it every time that I enter a trade? Also yesterday, right? Yesterday, when I was in this trade right here. Entered at the top of the range, really clean. But then around here, right? Literally around this area right here. I don't know, I think we stayed there for like 3 hours. Right here. Before we actually made a decision again. We kept doing this and this and this all over consistently. And then we did something like this. And then I think it was like something like that. Like New York these days. Yeah, the dollar just needs to do something. That's the conclusion. If the dollar is not going to move, gold will just do the same thing here. Is the indicator you're using available in TradingView? No, this one is not available. I had to create it myself. Developed it myself, I think a year and a half ago. Hey Lorenzo, a quick question. Why do you trade gold futures? Why not gold spot? Because I use the order flow, okay, as an additional tool. And it's better for me to trade futures, number one. At the same time, I have no spread, pretty much, on futures. Zero. Zero spread. And we're squeezing back up again. So we had our entry here, price came up, price came down, looked really promising, and now price is back up again. So drawdown, back to profit, back to drawdown. Gold futures versus spot is a 200 pip difference. Yeah, the price is around 30, I think, actually. Is it? 4684 and 4658. So that is around 25 points difference, yes, at the moment. Yeah, that's something that is a bit unfortunate, right? That is not the same exact price. The candles are the same, though. Right? The candles are the same. Yeah. What is the minimum contract size in futures? Well, you have the micros and you have the minis, right? The minis are higher. The minis are, one mini is 10 micros, okay? And on one micro, one contract is $10. So 1 point is $10, okay? Is it the RSI? No, it's not the RSI. It's a valuation tool. It measures it against the dollar. It's kind of neutral right now, so there's not much we can do with it at the moment. at the moment. It will be very beneficial when we see these extremes though, right? Because in the extremes, we'll find the best entries. We already know this, right? We're overvalued, we top out. We're undervalued, we bottom out. We're undervalued, we bottom out. We're overvalued, we top out. Short term, right? We're overvalued, we top out short term. We bottom out when we're undervalued, right? It's very straightforward, and especially in the range. Especially in the range. That's where the best opportunities come from. So when we're undervalued, okay, I have to be very careful with my management. That's where I have to put my stop loss on break even, for example. Already, if I'm in a short, let's say, and we're undervalued, I have to manage this. I have to listen to this. I hope that makes sense. It actually works. It actually works. And it has been proven to be working. And we showed you guys over and over again why it works. So when people say, yeah, all indicators are lagging, yes, true. However, it's always, you use it in conjunction with something else, right? It's not that you just use the indicator for your entries and that's it. It's the conjunction of multiple confluences. That's why we need like a system. Yeah, we're finding that support there over and over again here. Ranging. Like, I'm not really convinced. Like, buyers are trying, but I'm not really convinced right now, right? With buyers, like every time they try, like they fail, right? But sellers don't really have that follow through now. And the dollar is in that support here at the moment. I just want to see the dollar break out right now. I want to see the dollar coming higher. Do something like that. Oil. Same thing for oil, right? Oil is at support as well here. Oil needs to do something crazy too. And then we can break down here. Anyways, man, if you guys like this this channel here and the education we give you guys on a day-to-day basis here, hope you guys are liking the series so far. Let me know if you like it. Type in a yes in the chat, or a 1 or a W, whatever it is. I'm doing this, you know, out of passion, okay? Out of passion. I love to be here. For me, you know, being here 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, I mean, I love it. I like it. Having a good time. I can do my thing during the day, work, focus on my health, go to the gym, whatever. Go to the beach, lay in the sun, work on my phone, do whatever I need to do, okay? But in the evening, for me, I'm here. I'm here every day. That's my commitment to you right now. The only thing I'm asking you guys, and you guys already know what I'm going to ask you guys, okay, is to just smash up that freaking like button. All right? That's what I would love to see here, guys. Smashing up that like button would help my channel grow. That's how the YouTube business works. You know what I mean? More impact. More likes, more impact. That's the truth of the matter. And we're back again. The ASM non-manufacturing, yeah. Yeah, it came out slightly worse indeed than expected. That's not really something that I am taking in account too much at the moment. And now it's like you break back about the VWAP, wicks on both sides here. Like from here, it's really like, to be honest, it's a real 50-50 here on the lower time frame. Okay, but on the higher time frame, I'm like, yeah, but buyers are trying to squeeze, they fail. We got rejected from this range, from this resistance area, where sellers took control. You could see how that played out as well beforehand, right? Right here. Sellers took control, we closed, the next candle tapped into it, and we sold off. On the 4 hour, we are in major resistance here. So in terms of sellers, sellers are active. Sellers are here. We cannot neglect this right now. Sellers are There. It's a real battle right now. It's a real battle. I can see the orders. I can see what kind of battle is taking place here. You can see this on the 5-minute too. Very, very clearly. Right now, buyers are taking the overhand a little bit in the short term. Man, crazy volatility around this level though, right? Do you see how that candle is moving up and down and up and down, and how it spikes and gets pushed? There's a lot. Something is happening here, guys. That's all I can say. We saw that before and as well here. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the volume, you don't really see the volume on the candles, but there is volume. It's just behind the candles, if that makes sense. If there's equally amount of selling and buying pressure, then the candle doesn't have to move to have volume. Oh, that makes sense. Volume does not mean a big candle. What a battle, guys. Holy moly. Crazy. All right. Dollar, show us something, man. Show us a push or something. Stream quality available in only 480p. Okay, not in my, not right here, my friend. Not right here. Not right here. Okay. Well, sellers are trying to step in. They're failing. Clearly, that's the official situation of the lower time frame. At the same time, buyers are trying to. They're failing. That's frame resistance. So we're compressing here. We're compressing. At some point, we're gonna see a huge move. I'm not joking. Because usually what happens is you compress and then you explode. It's a ticking time bomb right now. That's what's popping. Compression before explosion. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Let's see. PV says bear flag patterns everywhere here. You right positioned. Greet from Austrian Alps. Wow. The Austrian Alps. That is amazing. I love that. Can't wait to go skiing there this year. Very nice, my friend. Lucky. Enjoy. Deep chart is great, but it's like 1K a year. Yeah, it's $1,000 a year, I think. Actual chart is, I think, $50 a month or something. But you also have to pay for the data, right? You also have to pay for the data. So yeah, do take that in consideration here. Okay, again, buyers are trying. Look at these buyers on the hourly, guys. Do you see how there is more buying again in this candle right now? There's more buying here. You see that? 75 delta. That means there are more buyers than sellers. But the candle is red. The candle is red right now. We still have 40 minutes to go, of course, so we don't know what's going to happen here. We don't know how this candle is going to close. But that means that there are just sellers active. There are sellers here, passive sellers. Okay? So I don't see a reason when I'm in resistance here, and we are also seeing this right now. I don't see a reason to close the trade, you know? Higher time frame resistance. Okay? Now the dollar is at support. It's just not breaking. It's not strong. Okay? It's definitely not strong. Oil is trying to go now, right? Oil is at least trying. But that's important that oil goes. That will help us tremendously. But if both the dollar and oil are going, yeah, then we know. Then it's game time. Then it's game time. Because this is this is pretty messy overall. Yo, Lorenzo, do you have a bird in your house? I have many flying around here. So very, very nice birds flying outside, but I have also a beautiful bird inside my house. If you know what I mean. I'm just saying, or Jonathan says, or sorry, Jay says, I'm just saying it's very choppy nowadays in the New York session. That's why I'm here trading Asia now. Here only to learn. Yeah, it is choppy, I have to admit, but you just have to take your chances, my friend. You know what I mean? You have to go for it sometimes. If you can handle it risk-wise, don't go crazy. Oh. Right, don't go crazy. No need to go crazy. And of course, you know, wait for the right confirmations. Obviously, the confirmation which you believe in. Have a system. Don't go randomly into the markets. Right, but yeah, I agree with you. The Asian sessions have been really nice. That's true, definitely. Yeah, the dollar is chilling here. Oil is dropping again. Watch this. Oil is dropping right now. No. A little bit, yeah. Active traders, anyone exploring? I don't know what that is. So now we know why you have this squeaking in the background. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's the good one. How long have you been in the trade right now? Objectively, how long have you been in the trade? I think I entered here, right? So we're now in like an hour and like an hour and 15 minutes, right? Something like that. An hour and 50 minutes hovering around the entry. What do you think about gold? Well, this is what we're looking at. Okay. This is gold. This is goldy. Now, for now, we're holding. Next 50-minute closure is in 6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6.5 minutes. Sellers are coming back again. This is that resistance right there on the sellers. This is this support right now. Okay, this is what's gonna happen, guys. This is what's gonna happen. Okay, I can already see it right now. Closure above the 40.94 is probably a continuation to the upside. Towards the 14, to the top of the range. A closure below the 69 is probably going to be the continuation to the downside right now. It's very clear what's happening here. We're compressing now. Obviously, I hope it's to the downside. This proves to me that right now we're in the middle. You don't want to be in a trade actually right now if this develops over time. Because it can go in either direction if you look at this actual 50-minute time frame right now. Sellers are in control here. They're not able to follow price through there. Right? So it's kind of all over the place here. If this closure is above the 95, I probably have to close it early already. I'm not going to hold it until the 4,700. Kind of cut my trade earlier. And then I'll reevaluate. But we need to close above the 94. Pretty much above the previous highs. Oil is in control, yes, that's for sure, man. We know that oil is definitely the leader right now. It's super important to pay attention to oil. When we look at oil, observing oil very, very closely here. Definitely, man. Absolutely. Your playlist is a banger. Can you share it? Yeah, I will share it, my friend. I actually will share it. We're almost there. We're very close right now. I keep saying this over and over again, but we're actually very close right now. I'm going to get the 100 best tracks, okay? We're now at 92 tracks. I'm looking for 8 more tracks. And once I have that, I'm going to put them into Spotify. Okay? And then I'll share it with you guys. I'm a man on my word, okay? I'm a man on my word. I'll make sure it's going to happen. It's going to come. 8 more tracks. All right, the dollar. Come on, boy. I know you want to. I know you want to. Look at the 15-minute here. I know the dollar wants to. Set support here. Why do you have another sell limit at the 20s? Yeah, that's another one in case price gets there. I have another sell limit active. Okay. I do. The reason why is because I think that if you can get up there to that range, I think that we might stay in the range here. And if I'm invalidated, then I do believe that we will continue to go to the previous weekly highs. So this is that major 4-hour resistance here. I actually show you on a 4-hour. This is how it looks like right there. We couldn't break above this yesterday. This is why we shorted it there yesterday. From there to there. Because we couldn't break above this. And yeah, today again, we saw that same rejection here. And this is why we're facing so much resistance here now again. With a lot of volume here. Look at that, 32K, 32,000 contracts were traded in this 4-hour candle. You know how big that is? It's so big. And we're now in this 4-hour resistance here. Okay. And yeah, we're seeing the kind of seeing the rejection, but at the same time, the internal, the lower time frame is not really looking like super weak yet. So I'm willing to give it some patience, see how it develops. Where did I have my stop? Around the 02, right? 02. There we go. Yeah, pretty much that. But one thing is for certain, a massive move will happen. Either late this session or in the night at like 4 p.m. New York time. Watch this. Mark my words, okay? Major move before the daily closure or right after the daily closure. Major move, okay? It's gonna come. I can see the orders in the market setting up for something really big right now. I'm not just saying this, okay, because I'm just throwing some stuff out here. I have been like observing this beforehand, and I see how these orders are getting fragmented across different time frames. And it's super interesting to see. And it usually happens when there is a lot of volume executed in a single candle out of nowhere. Yeah, something big is coming, man. I can see it. I don't know what direction it will be. Or if it will be bullish, if it will be bearish, I have no idea. But I know it's gonna come. It's gonna be a big move. And we're back. And the dollar is finally going. Finally going. Give me 1 second, please. Show me that drop, baby. Come on. Give us that follow through here. Give us what we deserve, man. All that patience. Imagine losing a trade, being stuck in a trade for 2 hours and then losing the trade. Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine that. Come on. Trump is speaking in 3.5 hours. That's when we move. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. That could be the case. The aftermath of Trump's speech. That will be very interesting indeed. Yes. All right, come on, push through this. This is like I said before. If we can close below it this time, right? An actual strong candle closure like this in 10 minutes, then I feel very confident. Again, I'm gonna highlight the fact that it's so important to wait for the right entries here. I entered there. I could have entered there. I saw another entry. I chose to decide. I decided to enter. Right at the open of the 4-hour or the hourly. Could have waited to see how the hourly developed and then waited for that next level. I could even split my risk, right? Into 2, for example. And yeah, would have also had a better entry this way. So yeah, entry-wise, could have done better on this trade, to be honest with you guys. Objectively speaking, right? Objectively speaking, but yeah. Okay. Live Asian session, Lorenzo, please. Yeah, like you guys have been asking a lot about it right now. I'm seeing it more and more in the chat. If there's a lot of interest, then yeah, man. It's definitely worth checking into. Okay, there we go. Hourly resistance, 4-hour resistance seems to be working off right now, paying off. The higher time frame seems to be in control here. Dollar seems to be pushing here a little bit, not a lot. What about oil? Oil 2 here, yes. Oil 2, oil 2. Oil is pushing. Then your yield is pushing, right? Look at the yield right now on the hourly time frame. The bonds are broken down, which is correlated with gold here. The euro is holding up pretty strong, still, in my opinion. Okay. It's the dollar not really wanting to go. That's in my opinion what's happening here. Everything else is going. Oil. It's the dollar not really pushing. But yeah, that 15-minute closure is where it's at. Okay. Oh, what a messy stream again. What a messy session again. Sorry. Have you ever streamed the London session? Yeah, but I don't like the London sessions. Also, to me personally, right now, it's like in the afternoon here in Bali. You know, I prefer to lay in the sun, at the pool, at the beach, have lunch, go to the gym. You know, like focus on that. Focus on my health, get some sun exposure. So I like the London for my activities. I use the London session for my activities. It's low volume usually. And then late London, you know, I look at the charts, might enter trade. But like, the London session is kind of my personal time right now. It's either the Asian session in the morning, straight up, wake up, boom, get to work. Or it is the New York session in the evening. You know, I'm a white boy, you know? White boys need sun. White boys need sun exposure. Yes. And we're back. This zone is so important, man. This zone is so important. This closure is going to be so key. I really want to close outside of that box here. Actually, I could literally put my stop loss now at the 95. And just accept the loss there. And then I know we're most likely going to continue higher. if that would be the case. But if we close below the 70, right? We close below the 70s, so we close below the 70s pretty much, right here. We close below this level, okay? Right there. We close here, below. I'm very confident we're gonna drop. Depending on this 15-minute candle, not the 5-minute, 15-minute. Because sellers are trying. Duki says Asia has been fire. Yeah, man, Asian session has been fire. I agree. I agree. I agree. Come on, boy. It's like giving a kid a lollipop and then taking it back. Here you go. No, sorry. Here you go. No. I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm gonna lead you to the psychology right now, okay? I'm gonna be honest here. The psychology of this trade is as follows, okay? I entered the trade here, got in drawdown. However, I was pretty confident that we had some levels that were important levels, so I was not really worried about my trade, for example. I kind of expected a pullback back to my entry at least, right? And now from there I could decide, like, what would I want to do? Do I want to close it? Do I want to keep it open? Right, so it came back to the entry and I saw a good hourly candle closure. And then I was like, okay, hourly candle closure looks good. We close this candle below the buyers. It's like, okay, that's perfect. Okay. Then price started to wiggle around entry for forever, right? Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Wait 1 second. I'll continue my speech in a second. We have 3 minutes. If we can close below the 70s, I'm very, very confident about the trade. Okay. Okay. Come on, dollar. Anyways, continue my conversation. So I was struggling here, right? We were constantly draw down, constantly profit, draw down profit, draw down profit, draw down profit. You know, at some point you get mentally exhausted, right? Because you're like, you don't really know what to do. You don't want to close it anymore. The longer you're in the trade, the more committed you are going to be. That's the real issue, right? So this is what you feel. When the longer you're in the trade, the more committed you're going to be to the trade. And sometimes it's just wise to close the trade. I'm not saying that this time was wise because I had really good closures. So what you need to create is a very good system to know exactly when to close, when to open, when to manage it, when to go break even, and actually stick to this, okay? Because if you don't have this, the longer you're in the trade, the more committed you're gonna be, and the likelihood of you closing in a massive loss could also be bigger, right? Because you're so invested in the trade. And that's kind of that's a real issue right now, right? I hope that makes sense. But we're not there yet, man. I'm not gonna lie, we're not there yet. That 15-minute candle needs to close. I'm not joking here. I expect everything in this market right now. So I'm not gonna celebrate here. And even if you're a profit, right? And you say, oh, stop loss on break even, and then you go break even. And you're like, oh, so I've wasted 2 hours to break even on the trade. You know what I mean? There's so many psychological layers to this, guys. And this is something, you need rules for this. And I'm working on all of these layers right here. Working on a lot of things behind the scenes. Because this has to be locked in. You need to lock in on that point. You have to lock in there. Lower time frame, 5 minutes. Yeah. Okay, dollar in resistance again. Not really pushing. Oil's looking good. The yield is looking good. Look at that. Major push. This is what caused the drop, I think, on gold here. Major buyer on the euro. Euro is unable to break through it. Yeah, that closure, man, in 30 seconds. $25 seconds. Yeah, we're holding that support there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closure. Okay. 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 If you don't trust this right now, we're at some support here. Close the trade here. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get out, guys. I'm going to take my profits to this session here. I'm going to get out here. I'm going to take my W here. Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. Can we still pull back? Yes, exactly to where I entered before. Pretty much. Can I get into a new trade? Yes, I could get into a new trade. If it goes, it goes. Okay. Well, being so long in the trade, like I said before, you get mentally invested so strong, and I don't like that feeling. I don't like to be mentally too strongly invested and attached to the outcome of a trade. And when I feel that deeply, I know I need to get out of the trade. I know I need to get out of the trade. I hope that makes sense. Because the more I get invested, the more I'm like, fuck it. And then guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get back to my entry, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm not committed, and then I go back and drawdown. And then I'm like, you know, and I get into like a weird space. So I close the trade here. Let's get out, make my money here. And see what the next step is, okay? Now we have some profits. Now I can use that and I can say, okay, what's the next step? Right? Now I can think about something. I can rediscover. I can reorganize. I can get my mind straight. I can get into flow state, right? Especially in these market conditions right here, guys. Okay. Could I get a better entry? Yes, I could have got a much better entry, which would double my profits. Right here. Right there. And I saw that level already beforehand. So no excuses. No excuses. But I also had enough faith that I believe that if it would come up, that I could at least get back to a break even. Yeah. Okay. At least we got a bit of a payoff here, right? Up to you to decide what you want to do now. You want to hold it? You want to do? You want to stay committed? Could still come down. Don't get me wrong. Take a little breather. Take a little breather. This is why it's so important to have a system, G's. A real freaking system. The gold hybrid trading system. This is how we call it. Combination of the sentiment of the market, the valuation index, which is a custom indicator I developed. Some higher time frame support and resistance, supply and demand, and then lower time frame volume and footprint. Yeah. Vida, welcome to my channel. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the sub, my friend. Thank you for the sub. Appreciate you, man. Maximilian, you too, my friend. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. This is episode 20 of the live day trading streams. I hope you are enjoying it so far. The music is coming. It's gonna get better and better and better. Trust me on that one. Yeah, it's gonna get better and better and better and better. So where did we enter? We entered there. I entered 2 contracts sell here. That was not the best entry. Then it came up and I entered another contract there. So I actually scaled into the trade in this case. I actually was committed from that perspective, believing, okay, if I believe that this is resistance here, why not adding another contract then, right? If my risk can allow it. And then we created some sort of bear flag breakdown. And then we closed the trade here. And now we're already reacting bullish here, you see? I think it was a good, I think it was a good exit. I think it was a good exit, to be honest. What do you guys think? Okay. Yeah, a lot of patience, that's for sure today. Damn, a lot of it. A lot of it. That's for sure. Yeah, man. So if you guys are liking the stream so far, right, and you want to get to know me a bit better as a person, I mean, of course, just show up to the streams at 8 a.m. I will be here from a Monday to Friday. I'm gonna now look for the next scenarios. I'm gonna mark out my scenarios here for the next step on gold. But what I want you to know is, if you're new and you don't know me, okay, I written a book here. It's called the LTA Constant Trading Warm-Up. Everything around the volume profile, the previous daily POC here. This is the volume profile right there, right? The volume profile is all written in this book right here. Okay, and it's very important, and I'm gonna keep repeating this on the stream because I'm, of course, you know, heavily fan of the book itself, and I know how important this is, and I learned so much from it as well while making the book. Funny enough, I actually learned a lot about the markets when writing the book. Interesting, right? But you can download this book around the volume profile, about the macro, about everything that you need to know on this stream, what we do and why we're doing what we're doing here. It gives you an understanding of the framework, and it helps you with understanding my thought process. And out of that actually came another strategy. So it's not a strategy, it's a framework. It's a concept. It's the LTA concepts, right? It's a bunch of concepts filled, allowing you to understand the markets better. So if you are interested in the markets and you really want to understand the markets on a deeper level, I have this free book for you that you can download. ltaconcept.io. It's a free book. You can get it right here. Okay, you fill in your email, you get access to the book, and I'll provide you with also valuable emails around the book. Okay, quotes, you know, interesting pages that you need to read, so I can kind of direct you through that process as well here. And out of that, I created what I call the gold hybrid trading system, which is something separate, but it comes or it stems from my concept, my thought process, my vision around the markets. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope it does. I hope it does. Yeah. Jonathan, I think you, man, I go to Thailand. Maybe I do some move to see you. Great man and good man. Have a long life. Peace. Yeah, but I live in Bali, Indonesia, my friend. Not in Thailand. But I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Okay, anyways, right now, what's the current status here? So clearly, like I said, the bias was bearish. Like I can see gold dropping still a little bit more, to be honest with you right now. I'm looking at it right here. I'm like, there is actually a chance that we will reject again here. Okay, right now, actually. You see that on the 5-minute time frame, price is pushing back into this candle where sellers took control here. We saw strong negative delta, okay? right here of 138 on the 5 minute. Look at that. This is this candle with a lot of selling volume underneath. That means this is where the selling took place. And this is why I draw boxes. Okay, this is part of my system. I draw these boxes inside of these candles. Why not there? Because this is where the most volume in that candle was traded. And this is why we're facing resistance right now, right here on the 5 minute time frame. Do you see that? We couldn't break back above that candle, but specifically above that box. Very interesting, right? So that's kind of the idea. But is it worth a short for me right now? I don't think so. Okay, you have to put it in context, of course. I think it's raining really hard. Give me 1 second. Sorry for that, guys. We are back. We are back. Can we hold on to this trade? You might could, but like I said before, if I wouldn't say you couldn't, then why would I take the trade in the first place, right? But I could feel that it was safer to just exit the trade here, okay? To exit the trade right there, I could see how the market is developing here. It's not really following through. Also, the dollar is not really moving, right? It's not really breaking higher, pretty much. Does it make sense? It's like, yeah, not really feeling it. So I took what I could get in this particular move right here. Selling there, buying back, or closing the trade there. Can it still drop? It definitely could. I mean, you can definitely see that the higher time frame, like I said before, is showcasing something here. However, this might change, okay? And the reason why is because the hourly candle right now is going to close in around 4 minutes. Okay. And if the hourly candle closes above this red box right here, okay, above the 77, then it could mean that there are trapped sellers in the market where a lot of aggressive sellers took control but failed, which could act as support immediately. So it's very important that if we want to continue down, we need to close below the 71. In 4 minutes from now, okay? We need to close below the 71 in 4 minutes. Now, on spot, I don't know exactly which level that exactly is, but you can calculate it. So 75 right now on futures and 50, so it's 25 points, right? So if it's 25 point difference and you need to close below the 70, then it's roughly speaking 46. You need to close below the 46 on spot on the hourly time frame to be confident about potential continuation to the downside. Yeah, that's the idea. Clearly, the higher time frame is showing resistance here. You don't just want to close bullish. You don't want to flip this hourly candle bullish though when you close the trade, when you close the candle. Okay? So give it like 3 minutes, observe it, and then make the decision. That's my suggestion right there, right? That's kind of the idea here. Okay? Yeah. Good question though, man. Good question. Sarah says, thanks, man. Today I learned a completely new way of trading. Not sure yet how I implement it, but it's something new. I mean, I will go over this every day on the streams here. Okay? It's a special system. A lot of you guys have been asking about the mentorship and courses. If I would create a course or something, and I always say now, I'm just not going to create a course. I think it's just not my style to create a course. What I think is important here, that if I want to do something, which I've been thinking about, and I've been working on some things here, it will be for a very small group of people. 15 people, 10 to 15 people. And actually give them my full attention. Like, this is something I'm willing to do. I've been in the game long enough right now and I could make a lot more money if I would sell a course, for example. That's the easy money. You make a course one time and you sell it. I'm no longer with that. I don't feel connected to that. It's something that I don't resonate with, okay? It's too cheap, it's too easy. You need context, you need to provide that touch. It needs to have that actual, you need to have that attention, you need to constantly see the confirmation of someone else doing it in front of your own eyes. That is the only way, in my opinion, to really take someone from, you know, zero to hero. That's the only way. So that's definitely on my list. Anyways, previous daily POC is still getting rejected here. So like I said, the hourly candle is closing in like 1 minute. Yeah. And otherwise, just join the live streams, right? Every day. That's it. Join the live streams every day. But be consistent, right? If you say, listen, I want to just join the live streams, get the free education, the free book, join the live streams, but be committed, right? Don't think, oh, he lost the trade, so he's... That's weak. That's weak. If you want to learn, you need to understand the ups, the downs. You need to understand the full picture. And you can't get this from a single stream. You cannot. You need to be there consistently to understand it. And I can guarantee the people in the chat right now that have been there already with me now for, let's say 10 episodes, right? You start to understand it. It starts to click, right? It starts to click. I hope it does. But it's important that you then show up every day and be committed. You know what I mean? Okay, man, but you did close below here in the hourly time frame. You did close below it. Right here. We did close below the 71. So that's actually a good sign if you're still in. I mean, that's something that I wanted to see. It helps definitely. Okay? Definitely helps. Okay. Hey, Bossman, do you still trade your EM1 setups from the old VIP? Yeah, well, we still have them. We still trade them. I like them. They are there for a reason. This is an entry model one, by the way. Okay, look. Candle 1, candle 2, candle 3, right? The break of 3 is the entry model 1. So this is your entry model 1. The only reason why I now kind of slightly differ from it is because of the order flow, right? I have the confirmation in the order flow, but the entry models are a proxy of the order flow. Okay, so your entry model 1, for the people that don't know it, we have different entry models that you can actually utilize, okay? And this is on the page number 57, right here. This is entry model 1. We call that the double wick, the double wick confirmation here, okay? So you have these two candles in our key level using the volume profile. And then we have the break of candle 2, which is an entry. And your stop loss goes above candle 2. So candle 1, candle 2. Let me show you. Right, so candle 1. Excuse me, this yellow. Candle 1. Oh, what's a good color here? There we go. Candle 1, sorry. Candle 2, right? And then candle 3, right? Right here. The break of candle 2 is the entry. And the stop loss goes above candle 2. Right? And then your target is whatever your target is, right? That is an entry model. And this is exactly what you actually saw today as well here. Okay, so yes, they're very valid and they're heavily tested. And in the right context, it makes a lot of sense here. So candle 1, right? Candle 2, and then a candle 3, and then the break, right? Stop loss above the highs. You would be now in a 1-to-1. If you break down here, you would have your 1-to-2, 1-to-3. So it makes sense. Okay? And therefore, like I said before, right? We just talked about this hourly candle closure. Do you see how important that closure was? Because right now we closed below these sellers right here. And what did price do? Price kept coming down right here, right? That's why. If you closed above the 77, we would most likely push up higher again. But we closed below it right here at 71. And this is why I'm saying that hourly candle closure right here, when bullish or bearish, wait for the 4-hour, 1-hour closure, make your decision. This was a really good confirmation right there, okay? So if you stayed in the trade, right? If you actually stayed in the trade, then that hourly confirmation, that hourly closure was actually another reason for you to stay in the trade as well here. I hope that makes sense. Cool. So yeah, we're actually dropping. This is actually good. So our bias of today was on point. We're more bearish bias today, right? That was pretty obvious, at least from this perspective. And the 4-hour resistance was also a major level. So I'm actually happy with today's session, guys. I'm actually liking it a lot here. It took some time, but the clarity on the higher time frame helped me to see things clear. Volt Invest. Hey Lorenzo, how are you doing and your family? Great, man. Thank you. Juan says, I've been following for more than 3 years. I think only on YouTube. The best investment I've ever made. Amazing, man. I love to hear that, man. Wow. Trader Academy says the footprint map is literally cheating when you put it into context. It is, you can see how helpful it is, right? Definitely. But you need to know how to use it. You need someone to explain you exactly how to use it in depth. And it's not complicated, trust me. It is not complicated if you just know what to look for. Definitely. All right, man, look at that. We're going. I closed it, but hey, this hourly candle closure was a really good sign. The fact that we closed below the 71, and boom, we go. So that was actually a really good confirmation, like I said before, to stay in the trade, right? So that's why I told you, for the person who asked, yo, I'm still in, should I hold on to my trade? I said, wait for this hourly candle to close below the 71. You stay in the trade, you stay into the trade. Above the 77, or close your above, you close your trade. You get out of your trade. Yeah. And sellers are coming in right now. Look at that. 15-minute sellers are pushing. And this could be the target. If you guys are thinking about getting out, let me see here. Wait, let me actually confirm. This could be this is a very important level. This is a very important level here. But it looks weak. It looks pretty weak right now. The volume is increasing as well. There's more volume coming in. Yeah. Look at that. Wow. Okay. Wow. Thank you for the subs, guys, as well today. Amazing. Amazing. Love you guys. You guys are epic. For the people who subscribed to my to the ebook last week and this week at the beginning, I will send you an email today. It's about psychology. So watch your email box, okay? Watch your email box if you can. Keep a close eye out on your email today, okay? Lorenzo, where are all those buyers now in the chat? I know, man. I don't want to discredit anyone on the stream because, you know, some people have a different bias, right? And not everyone is going to be always right. I'm also not always going to be right all the time, right? We're still trading the markets. And like I said before, on this channel right here, I'm tired of all that ego, right? But it also means that I need to be a leader if I'm, you know, a leader, right? And if I'm like, you know, taking the lead here, I also cannot discredit anyone and laugh about someone's buy, right? Doesn't make any sense. I've been there. I did that before in the past, by the way. I was one of those guys that did that. Ha 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 ha. Look at me. You see, I was right in the end. Ha 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 ha. That's so weak, man. This is what happens when you become 30 years old. You grow up. This is what happens when you become a dad. You become a father. You grow up, okay? In the end, everyone tries to make it. And he tries to do something with his life. And, you know, you need to support anyone in their own journey. That's why I never discredit anyone anymore. Not a different strategy. Man, do what you think is best for you, man. Do what you think is best for you. Okay, yeah, what is this next step here? That's the question. I'm still looking, or I'm still not done yet. Maybe I am. I need to just observe it right now. Okay, let's go through everything. Let's re-evaluate and actually check what is going on here, because we are getting to an undervaluation right now. Okay, on the 30-minute, on the 15-minute, on the 5-minute. Okay, that is an important signal by default. Why? Because if you go to the 15-minute and we are undervalued, what do we usually do? We create what we call a short-term bottom right here. Okay, short-term, right? Not necessarily reversal, but we could range something like that. Here we created a bottom, here we created a bottom, right? Etc, 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 etc. So we might find that support soon. We just need to see how price develops here. And yeah, have we broken out the range? Not yet. We're still in that support here. Don't get me wrong, but we're still here. We still have support here. Okay? It's like a major zone that we cannot just ignore right now. Somebody says, you are the best, bro. Close my position at 46110 CFD. Done for today. Gym time. My G. My guy. My guy. My guy. Okay? Very nice. Okay. So we're undervalued. We are now at a major level here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys here. This is a major level. The 4-hour time frame. If you want to think about closing, I think this is a good area to close the trade, in my opinion. But don't take it for granted, because I think you're gonna bounce. We're gonna at least range here for a while. If there is no breakout of this range today, okay, that means we're gonna simply range, okay. And we're undervalued right now. So when I'm undervalued, I usually either break even or I actually close the trade if I'm in profit. Okay. So right now, let's go to yesterday. Let's mark out the session again. Let's clean it up. And let's take the current week. Okay. Where are we reacting from? Let me know in the chat, my G's. For the people who are here with me for a while here, let me know where we're reacting from. I hope you can see it. I hope you can see it here. I hope you can see it. It's the value area low. Okay, the value area low of this week is where we are right now. Okay, so this is a level that we have to mark out. It's the current weekly value area low right here. And if you want to learn about that, you can actually learn about this in the book. Okay, it's in the weekly volume profile right here on page number. You need to go to page number, the previous week, and then we have the current week. Then we have a quote from Julius Caesar. It's easier to find men who are willing to volunteer to die than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience. Just in between, okay? Anyways, the weekly volume profile, the early previous week, the previous week, or the current week. This is the current week. And this is why we have an area of support here at the 49, okay? This is why we reacted from this level multiple times in a row. It's the value low of this range. So if we stay within this, there is a most likely scenario we could find a short-term bottom here. Short-term, at least, okay? It's very important to announce this. So right now, some buyers are stepping in here. And we need to now understand here, is this a time to enter or is this time to observe the market? You can see that a lot of people trying to sell at the bottom. Now they're stuck in their trade. They're now in drawdown, right around here, okay? So price came down. A lot of people started selling here aggressively. And now price is reacting and is reversing, right? In the short term here, okay? But this is where sellers are having a hard time. So what do I like to do here? I like to wait for this 15-minute closure right now. And I'm gonna see what happens around this area where sellers aggressively entered short, but failed so far, okay? That's what I'm looking at. So sellers aggressively entering shorts, but failing so far is what I wanna see here. We close this 15-minute candle in 1 minute, okay? Then I know what will happen around this area, okay? This area right around there. Will we find support here? Yes or no? That's the question. That is the question, okay? So that is one level, is the current weekly. And then we have also some sort of like range here. Also the same level here, so that's also not really an area of interest for us. What else do we have? The low to the high. Same level, the swing very low. It's all around the same level here, the 49, to be honest. So let's see what happens around the 49 on the 15-minute. And we'll go from there, I guess. But I'm not into buys yet here, so don't rush. I'm not rushing anything here now. Okay, because the higher time frame, we know that sellers are active, but we're undervalued and we're at the bottom of the range. So there are a couple reasons why this might be a short-term bounce, right? Okay, we have that 50-minute closure now. If price comes down again, watch what happens around the 38. Okay, which is around the 23. Sorry, the 13 on gold spot. The CFD chart. Yeah, the technicals look bearish right now, and it actually looks bearish, so don't get me wrong, it does look bearish, right? But let's see what price does and how it responds here, because golds love to trap traders right now. It's trap city right now. This is what we call trap city. It's all over the place. So let's see what happens around the 38. Okay, let's see what happens right here in this box on the 38. I'm gonna mark it out. I'm gonna mark out this zone. And let's see how price reacts in this box right now. Very curious. Okay. Actually, we did react it here already. Look at that. Wow. And we might bounce it. Ultim says your live is very slow. I don't know what that means, bro. It doesn't seem to be delayed here. You need to update, maybe refresh it. But I think it's good, man. Should be a couple seconds max. Overall, thank you for the likes so far. We have around 600 likes. You guys are amazing. We've been consistently hanging around 1,400 people watching. I really appreciate you guys, man. And yeah, we got a good trade, right? Good trade today again. Yesterday, I had a good trade as well. Good trade, good trade, good trade. We're just observing right now how price responds here. Around the 38. This is what I'm curious about. And I'm going to make sure that I'll provide you with some other context as well around gold here in a second. And then if I end the stream later, I will also make sure that you have a good understanding of what the scenarios are intraday. So you have some things to look out for yourself as well here. All right. Okay, 38, man. Let's see what happens. I want to see how price reacts here. John says, my 3-year-old likes to sit on my lap and call out the colors of the candles. Green, that green. My man. John the man himself. Supporting us from day one here. That's amazing, man. My candles are white and red, right? So my son is selling. My son is telling me, Papa, white is up and red is down, right? I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Wall Street. Okay, look at that reaction, geez. Look at that. Look at that. Look at what's happening here. Sellers are trying to push down, right? But look at the reaction in the 38s right now. It's just a lesson. It's just something to watch. Just something to watch here. Look at that. Sellers at least are trying to break down here, but they know that it's hard in that level here because there was so much selling. And now it's kind of acting as that support here. The 38s. Is it worth for me to buy? No, not really. Maybe if we break back above the 50s. If we could bounce and flip and break. For now, it's a bit too tricky. Dollar is not willing to push down yet, right? Still, we're still at that support. Don't get me wrong, we're still there. Oil is still strong, right? Oil is still pushing. It closed above it. So there's no reason to buy now. It just, with the right confirmation, I would say, okay, willing to get into a bounce, but only then with the right confirmation. But if you don't see it, we don't see it. Drama, welcome. Drag06, welcome to the channel, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Joa Pereira, you too, my friend. Welcome, 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 welcome. My guy, my guy. Okay, let's hope that we bounce here. If we want to see buys, we need to bounce here. We need to bounce, we need to flip here. And we need to close above the 50s. Look at that reaction. You see how price is struggling here, guys. Do you see it? Type in a yes if you can actually see what I mean here. We're going to go deep into this, guys. I hope you guys are understanding it. We're going to go really deep into the order flow. I found my own unique strategy within it. Okay, I haven't seen anyone doing this live. I actually haven't seen anyone using this exact method, by the way. No one. And I'm not going to lie. I haven't seen anyone using it. I have seen people trading the big bubbles, the red bubbles, the green bubbles. But that's different. That's not this. It's not this. Not exactly this. It's similar. It is similar. But look at that 38 reaction here. You see that? Why did price tap into the 38? And how did it then flip bullish? You know what I mean? It's beautiful. It's so beautiful to watch this. So beautiful to watch. So beautiful to watch. And if you're then undervalued, right? Oh, man. So beautiful. Because people expect the breakout, right? People are going to short here. And this is what happened. So I'm going to show you what a typical trader will see. Okay? A typical trader will see this. All right? A typical trader, I'm going to get these execution marks gone for a second. A typical trader sees this. They see the gold breakdown. Correct? At the bottom, right here, they see the break aggressively and they're like, oh, it's dropping, it's dropping. Short, 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 short. Right there. Correct? Most people would enter a short right there. Don't believe me? This is the proof. A lot of shorting there. And a large absorption there. Okay? A lot of shorting at the bottom. Now, this is what happens. So price gets there, a lot of shorters entering the market, and then price reverses. Now, where are they going to put their stop losses? Above the highs, right? Above these freaking highs. Right? Or the buy stops, I could better say. Not stop losses, buy stops. Right? That's the idea. So that is just a thing to think about. Sometimes I don't trade it, but I observe it. And I talk to myself consistently. I talk to myself and I explain the situation to myself. And I write it down. And I note everything that I do, right? So I notice, I write it down. And then I know, hey, this is an exact scenario, a situation that I've seen before. This is something I expect. And boom, price reverses at the 38s, right? And I write it down and I mark this out and I learn and become a better trader every day. 1% better every day, right? Don't always have to trade it. I made my money already. I'm in, I'm out. I made my money, right? I don't have to get greedy. I'm observing and I'm learning. But that's a beautiful example here. And look at how it's going. Yeah? Look at how it's going there. Major. So we're going to find some resistance here. Back at the 70s, 71s, right? The 71. The area where this major seller took control here. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So there was no reason to panic. If you took buys earlier, there was no reason to panic here because of the 38s. That was a great example. Right there. Okay. Anyways, I'm sure some people took some buys here at the 38s. Who took some buys at the 38s here? Let me know. Some of you guys, man, you guys are so aggressive. You know what I mean? Ripping it right now. Wow. Got it on spot for a retest. I did. Wow. Okay. Anyways, guys, to be honest, my job is done here. Okay? My job is done here. I've been here for around 2.5 hours right now. I got my nice short, my win. Some people even got an extra additional buy. I felt it was going to be a good session in the middle of nowhere. Okay, in the middle of the range, so extraordinary. I wish you guys a fantastic rest of your day. Tomorrow I'm going to be back at 8 a.m. EST again. I hope to see you tomorrow again. And I hope that Trump does something today. And at like 4 p.m. New York time, we get a major expansion. I really hope to see us getting out of that freaking range and actually make a big move here. Actually do something with us here and go from there. Because that would give us, of course, a new market condition, different scenario. Right? A trending market, for example, a momentum-driven market. Right? That's something that we're waiting for. But if it's not there, it's not there. We'll keep trading the ranges. It is what it is. Okay? So what kind of context can I give you right now? Well, number one, the daily is in resistance. Don't forget this. We're still in resistance here. In order to become bullish, we need to break and close a daily candle above the 472. Okay? So on gold spot, that is going to be, we need to close back above the 75, you could say. The 75 is a good level. Okay? The 73 to 75. We need to close back above that. Preferably a daily candle to remain bullish on the higher time frame. Right now, we are in that 4-hour resistance. Okay? We talked about this already on the order flow standpoint. We can't break above this zone. If we do close above this zone, on the 4-hour, okay, above the 32, we'll most likely take out the previous weekly highs, okay? We'll most likely take out the previous weekly highs. So this will be something like this, for example, okay? Where we would eventually break out, pull back, and continue to go and take out the previous weekly highs. I think that makes a lot of sense, okay? It could be that this happens from here. However, we are still in the range. So don't anticipate breakouts, okay? Until it's actually there. Closures, in my opinion, are the most important. It reduces fakeouts with 75%. Okay? So don't get trapped. This is a great example of where sellers got stuck right now. What we just witnessed, okay? You don't want to be that. You don't want to be the seller at the bottom of the range. Why? Because they're anticipating breakouts. Price flips, they're in the worst position possible. You don't want that. Okay? Especially not in these market conditions. So really see what happens here, okay? See if you can break higher or if you could actually continue to drop lower. What does need to happen here if you want to continue to drive further down here? We need to close below the 10s, right? This 46010 here, or we look at the higher time frame supply and demand, okay? The 4-hour, for example. And we need to make sure that we actually reject her again and break the 22s and actually close below this as well here. I think we will see the continuation, but the closure below, I don't think it's going to be some sort of fake out here. I think this is going to be the real move. Right now, the only thing that we can wait for is the breakout and the closure for the continuation. Very simple, don't overcomplicate it. And then on the lower time frame, for now, as long as we stay in the range, we have to trade the range. There's nothing else we can do here. Okay, but there are some really good systems that you can build in order to trade ranges very well without worries. Okay, but let's just hope that Trump does something extraordinary so we can actually trade and get outside of the range, so we can actually start building some momentum and actually trade right here. Okay, I will provide you with more context tomorrow. Right now, we kind of have to wait to see what Trump will do here. And then I think we'll have more clarity around the dollar as well here. The dollar is also just flat, ranging. Oil is kind of trending upwards, but it's pretty much ranging. Right, so we need to wait for the climax. And I think the climax will come overnight, but it's an assumption, okay? We'll have to wait and see how this goes, again tomorrow here. All right, guys? Perfect. Hope this makes sense here. I'm going to be here for you again for the next coming days here in the New York session at 8 a.m. I hope that you guys will come up here tomorrow. We'll do the same thing. And again, if you follow me and if you're new and you just had, let's say, a winning trade, okay, don't take this for granted here. Like really, if you really want to learn, then come up and show up consistently to the streams. All right. It's the only way to learn and to actually see what we're doing over time here. So you can really get a good understanding of what we're doing here, how it works, what the book is I created here, the LTA Concepts Trading War Map, right? That I've written, and how this actually gets put into place, and how also we created a full-on trading system out of this as well here, okay? I also appreciate it if you can watch your email tonight. I'm going to send an email about psychology. If you already signed up for the ebook, you will get an email. And a lot of you guys have been asking for some sort of mentorship. I have some ideas, but it will not be a course. It will not be a VIP Discord group or whatever. It will be something way more exclusive for a limited amount of people as well here. But I will keep you guys in the loop for this, okay? Hope to see you tomorrow. And let's continue the process. My guys, absolutely, okay? I'm very happy with you guys. Keep crushing it. And I'm looking forward to see you tomorrow right there, my friends. Yeah, thank you so much. Appreciate all of you. I'll see you tomorrow. Where's that nice tune? Wait. Not this one?
You ain't got.
Is it this one?
You're like my favorite snack.
Yes.
I won't say it out loud. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of weird that I got. Your songs are in my head. Heads on repeat. The awkward dance I do, but only on your street. I won't say you're perfect. We all know you're not. But hey, you're the best kind of weird that I got.
Okay. See you. Bye-bye. Smash it like
I kinda adore you, but don't get too proud. You're like my favorite snack.
Last one.
What we gonna do about it? Shake your body. What we gonna do?